Hey everybody, Michael Symon. How are you tonight? We are on Talk Shop Live talking about my new book, Symon's Dinners Cooking Out. Very, very excited about this one. For those of you that know, Symon's Dinners Cooking Out is a show that we have been doing at my house. Norman has been quiet all day, and as soon as we start cooking, Norman gets chatty. So we have been doing the show, Symon's Dinners Cooking Out. We started it during the pandemic in this kitchen, where we did it live every single night on Food Network's Facebook page and my Facebook page and Instagram Live. And then the show started on Food Network, where we typically do it outside cooking. I would be outside right now, except it is very dark. So we are inside. So back to the original version of Symon's Dinners Cooking Out. So this is a book. About half the recipes from the book are recipes that we did on the show, and then the other 60 recipes are brand new recipes. And the whole premise of the show is anything that you cook inside, you could cook outside. Anything you cook outside, you could cook inside. How to use your grill as not only a grill, but an oven, something you could smoke in, something that you could bake in, all those kind of things, and show you how that works both inside and outside. Tonight we are inside, and we're going to be grilling on a grill pan, because once again, it is 8 o'clock, very dark. You wouldn't be able to see me. I'm in Eastern Long Island, and it's even darker here than it is anywhere else, I feel. They have light laws, so there's no lights. It's very dark, but the stars are fantastic. And we are going to make a pork chop with a chimichurri sauce. It's in the book. And I'm also, not in the book, is I started a little mustard company called Pop Mustard. So I'm going to put some of this in the chimichurri just for fun, because we're just getting ready to premiere this in stores, which I'm very excited about. I'm using the original tonight. So we have just some good pork T-bones. So you have the loin of the pork and the tenderloin of the pork, and the bone is running through the middle of it, just like it would a T-bone steak. Whenever you could get bone in anything, I think there's tremendous advantage to that. It holds moisture, it adds flavor. There's tons of flavor in the bone, especially with two leaner cuts like this. It's going to help you retain a lot of flavor and juiciness. And you could ask questions as I go. We will answer them. Alexa is here looking at the questions coming in, so we'll just answer questions like a real live show, which is always very fun for me. Ask a lot of questions, and I will try to give you a ton of answers. What else? The Browns played this weekend. It was terrible. The Cavs are playing tonight and winning, which makes me very happy. And remember, Symon's Dinners Cooking Out comes out in about 5 months. If you want a signed copy of the book, we're signing book plates for the book. You could type in buy on your comments, type in buy, and Talk Shop Live will send you all the information to purchase a signed book presale. What else, Alexa? Anything else? Am I missing?
Now comment buy if they want a link, and then just ask everyone to filter in some questions.
Yeah, so filter questions, and in the comment section, if you type in buy, they will send you a link. All right, so let's start cooking, because that's what I like doing best. So for the chimichurri, often with the chimichurri, you make it in like a blender or food processor or anything like that. You can certainly do that. It's just kind of noisy when you're doing a cooking live thing. So I'm going to show you how to hand cut it. I have cilantro, flat leaf parsley, scallions, garlic, so red wine vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, salt, pepper, and then, like I said, not typical in a chimichurri, but we are going to add some pop mustard to it. For those of you that follow me, you know that this is a style of mustard that I use all the time. It's a whole seed mustard where we pickle and fry seeds, so it pops in your mouth like caviar. It's delightful. Gives some great texture. So, kosher salt, freshly ground cracked black pepper. Remember, whenever you're seasoned from above. because that gives you a nice, even seasoning. And season liberally. These are thick cut pork chops. They could take on a good amount of salt. So don't be afraid. And same with the pepper. I go pretty heavy with the pepper too, thick cut. We cook everything from scratch. Like a lot of people, I feel, watch cooking shows and stuff, and they think that chefs salt like crazy. I think chefs are relatively aggressive with salting, but remember, we're cooking everything from scratch. So there's no hidden salt. There's no, when you things in a can or a box or a bag, there's always a lot of hidden salt in there. There's no hidden salt when you're cooking from scratch, and salt helps bring out the flavor of food. I hear people say all the time, like, I don't put any salt in my food. My friends love it. They don't. They're lying to you. They don't love it. I understand for health reasons people can't eat salt sometimes. I'm not telling you to do that. But if you can, you should. There is way more salt in a bag.
Michael, we have some questions.
Yes, let it rip.
Okay, great. Do you have a favorite secret ingredient on Iron Chef, or did you?
Oh, all right. So I haven't done Iron Chef in a while. What was my favorite Iron Chef? Gosh, it's hard to say. The one that was weird to a lot of people was Battle Oval with Chris Costantino. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. I thought basil was a good one because it's a difficult one to do, to make it the feature ingredient and not have it overpower things. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. So those two were really fun. You know what my favorite Iron Chef was? I'm gonna tell you. My favorite Iron Chef of all time. I went to Hawaii. It was Battle Tuna versus Morimoto. And I beat Morimoto in Battle Tuna, which was, I would say, was probably the highlight of my Iron Chef career. To beat Morimoto, an ingredient that is such a Morimoto ingredient. Like if it was Battle Suckling Pig, I would have expected to win, but like Battle Tuna, to beat him in Battle Tuna was very exciting. So yeah, that was my favorite. What else we got, Alexa?
What temperature do you cook your pork to?
Oh, this is a good question. So now, people, I know when a lot of us grew up, we cooked pork to death. You could eat pork rare if you want to. They recommend, the Pork Council now recommends that it's cooked to 150. Pork typically has to be frozen before it is sold. Freezing kills trichinosis just like cooking it to a higher temp would. I like to cook my pork to probably about 135-ish, take it off, let it rest. It'll get up to that 140-ish range. So it's pink and rosy in the center and still incredibly juicy. But I always say cook things how you like them. Look, everybody has an opinion on how things are cooked. Like I can't tell you how many videos I've done cooking a burger or beef or a steak. And some people will be like, I eat mine medium rare most of the time. Some people say I like it rare. Some people say it's like, that's raw. Why are you eating it? You're going to die. Cook it how you like it. I can't tell you how you like it. Only you can tell you how you like it. I can tell you how it has the maximum flavor. And because I've tasted them at every temperature. So where the flavor is at its maximum, like pork, I feel cooked to around 130, 135 and letting carry over, it allows the fat to melt within the pork. So it takes it past that temperature and then it's still rosy and juicy. When it's cooked to well done, it's not rosy and juicy. It loses that flavor. And when it gets cooked less, to me, the fat doesn't fully break down into the meat. So the flavor isn't fully, I don't think it's a full flavor. It's same with a rib, like a ribeye steak. Like a ribeye to me needs to be medium rare minimally. Like it's even delicious at medium, but I don't love a rare ribeye. And I certainly don't like a well done one, but so much of that is preference. So there you have it. Salt and pepper is on there. I put a little bit of olive oil on one side. I'm going to now put this on the grill. Now, one of the important things when you are cooking meat, I'm going about medium heat here, is you put meat on a grill, whether it's outside or on a grill pan or in a pan, and you let it sit and go for a while. I'm not going to move this around much once it gets on there. I'm going to let the caramelization happen. And once it's caramelized, then we'll give it a flip. What do you got, Alexa? I see you ready to ask the question.
Well, I just want you to remind your audience about hitting shop button on TalkShopLive.
All right, so hit the shop button on TalkShopLive. And if you are on Instagram, type in the comment sections buy, and TalkShopLive will send you a link to buy.
On Facebook as well.
And
Comment
also
buy.
on Facebook. And what else?
Can they comment buy on Facebook as well?
You could comment buy on either Facebook or Instagram to get a link to purchase the book.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who makes that knife? I'm wondering.
This knife is made by a company called Nenox. I love this knife. I have a lot of knives, Alexa. You know, I have way more in different places. But you kind of find your knives that are your favorites. This is from a company in Brooklyn called Cut. They make great knives. I turned Alton Brown onto these now. He loves them. Another Nenox. This one was made for me by somebody. I can't think of his name. I will think of it before we're done. There's another company that. What's the company that?
I'm trying to think.
There's a company that I've been having make some knives for me that does a really nice job, and it's not. Nenox are crazy expensive. A very expensive chef knife. I mean, I've been collecting knives for 35 years now, so I have probably about 50 chef knives. Some were gifts, some I bought, some I've had forever, some attached to them, even though maybe it's not a great knife. This Nenox knife, I purchased for myself. It's the one that I tend to use the most. So it's very sharp. All right, so for this chimichurri, I'm gonna like parsley stems and cilantro stems are very soft, so I'm gonna cut this very thin, and I'll go over it one more time with the knife. And I'm not gonna worry that I'm cutting the stems too, because the stems have tons of flavor and they are soft, and I'm giving them the once over with the knife. So why waste them and pick all the leaves off when there's so much flavors in the stem too? Obviously, you don't want big chunks of anything because then it gets a little fibrous. But in this case, I'm going end to end, zero waste, just because that's how I feel.
If someone in the audience doesn't have access to fresh herbs, are dry herbs okay?
First of all, everyone has access to fresh herbs. Don't lie to me. Every grocery store has fresh herbs in any city I've ever been to in my entire life. I don't like, you can't use dry herbs. No, dry herbs would not work in this preparation. Dry herbs work for seasoning. I'm not like, I like dry herbs. Like I love, like Greek and Sicilian oregano, like this kind of situation of dried herbs. Lovely. And you just kind of, I could put some of this in there too. You just give it a little shakedown. Has great flavor. Here's what I don't like about dry herbs for the most part is they got put in that container and people leave them in their spice situation and they sit there for years and then they have no flavor. Fresh herbs, you know what you get. They're bright. They bring tons of flavor to the party, and everyone has access to them. So don't get into me about that. What else? Talk Shop Live. If you go to Instagram or Facebook, you could press buy, B-U-Y, in the comment section, and they will send you a link.
I have a question actually. So this
Sure.
cookbook is like mostly an outside cookbook. A lot of the recipes are written to be grilled outside or, what have you. Can any of these recipes be brought inside as well?
Every recipe in the book can be cooked either inside or outside. That was the whole premise of Symon's Dinners Cooking Out, was that anything you do inside, you could do outside. Anything you could do outside, you could do inside. So obviously for me, who's loves cooking with live fire, there are tremendous benefits to cooking over charcoal or wood outside because it's like a magic flavor that just gets added. So I like when I cook outside. When I'm talking about cooking outside, I don't cook on like a gas grill. I cook over charcoal typically, sometimes wood, because of the flavor that it brings to the party that I enjoy. And it's so easy to light charcoal grills now with chimneys and starters and all those kind of things. So I'm not going to get the smokiness when I cook inside, but I am going to still get that char because, as you can see, I put that on probably about 3-4 minutes ago, maybe longer, and I haven't really touched it. I'm being very patient, and I'm letting the pan do the work for me. And I'll show you in a second. We'll move that the other way because we're getting that nice char in now. Cilantro and parsley are cut. Let's see how these are doing. Oh yeah, see? Look at how it's getting that nice crust. Now I'm just going to turn it the other way so we continue that crusting stitch. So these are going to go this way now. And we're going to get a little more crust, and then I'm going to flip them, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then we'll move them back and forth to get them to the temperature that we want. But whenever you are cooking on a grill or in a pan, you have to be patient. People get over it. They just want to start moving everything all over the place, and you're never allowed to get this there. And I've seen the social media and younger chefs, and oh no, you move it around. That's how you get it cooked even. That is, I don't want to hear it. Like, you're never going to get the char that you want. The char is where the flavor is at. You know, if you want to reverse sear this and start it in an oven at 225 degrees to cook it through very slowly and then char it on the grill, I'm good with that. But don't get over the grill and start like, you know, move. Get it on there. Let the pan or the grill do the work for you. It's going to char. It's going to cook through. It's going to cook through evenly because I'm going to, you know, flip this, let it go on that side. I'll move. Then I can start moving around, cook it through properly. But if I was outside on a grill, even after the flip, maybe I put the lid on and let the heat come through that way. I turn my grill into an oven. What else we got, Alexa?
If you were going to prepare Lizzie a cocktail to be paired with this meal, what would you make her?
Well, if you are a longtime watcher of Simon's Dinners Cooking Out, you would know that Liz always makes the cocktails. She is chilling in the family room today, though. She will not be making an appearance. She let me know. But I would make a bourbon cocktail with this. I know that's not surprising news to anyone. I'd probably make, you know what would be good with this? Is like a Kentucky Mule, like ginger beer, bourbon. Maybe because of this time of season, I go like bourbon, a little bit of apple cider, and ginger beer. I think that would be delightful. Like not really we're out of the old world now, but I think those ingredients together would be great, like in this kind of crisp fall weather. Or I would just have bourbon with an ice cube. What else we got, Alexa?
Are there any desserts in this lovely book you have coming up?
There are. We do have desserts that we have done on the grill. Not what, Alexa?
I would say my favorite dessert that we did was in those little pie clamper things.
Oh, those, I can't think of what they're called.
Like the toasties.
If you're going to bring something up, you got to know the name, Alexa. You can't call them a pie clamper. Toasties.
They were called
The toasties. Yeah, those were fun. We made like little Nutella and banana sandwiches, I think. Yeah, Nutella sandwiches. Pretty simple. I think we did a crumble or two.
We did a crumble, we did a chocolate cake.
We did a chocolate cake. All kinds of stuff. Oh, the other night company that I like that makes a good, not super high price, not super low price, but they're a company called Middleton Knives. They do a very, very nice job. Middleton, Middleton. Love those guys. Any other questions?
What's your favorite olive oil for cooking?
Oh, there's so many nowadays. I like just this one is a good finishing oil that I've been using. There's California Olive Branch does a really nice job. To be honest, they send me oil often, so I use it quite a bit. The stuff in the squeeze bottle has become very popular. What's the name of that? Graza has become very popular. I like to cook with it more than finish it with it. They do have a finishing oil, but I use their finishing oil to cook with mostly. Sometimes I use their sizzle to cook. But then, like the beautiful extra, Mark makes an extra virgin oil that's insane. Called gold, I think he calls it. This one is a great finishing oil. Some really good too, and they're cheaper. I just picked this up the other day though. It's pretty tasty. It's pretty grassy, but it's really yummy. I'm gonna read it. Let's see.
Lungarati.
There you go. Let's see how these guys are doing.
While you're over there, how do you keep your knives sharp?
I sharpen them with a whetstone. One of the funniest things about knives to me is like people say, I want to buy this knife. I like your knife. I buy the knife, and they're like, I've had this knife for 4 months. It's not sharp anymore. Yeah, well, no kidding. Like that commercial, like the old commercial, you can cut a can and it cuts a tomato like this. It's nonsense. Like, I mean, you buy a knife because the knife is made of good steel. It's weighted properly. It has a full tang, which means the metal doesn't stop here. It goes all the way to the butt end of the knife. It has good balance. It feels good in your hand. Then it's your job to keep it sharp. I mean, there are knives that hold an edge better than others. But like when I'm working a lot in the restaurants, I sharpen my knives every single day, every day. When I'm at home cooking, I sharpen them once a week. Like you can either do it yourself with a whetstone. You can have a knife service do it for you. I don't have it here. I brought it. There is I'll post it online. I'll post it. There's a wheel thing that I found that is I use it. Liz uses it. It's very easy to do. Tim uses it. It's really easy. So equal parts cilantro, flat leaf parsley, and scallion, basically all equal parts. I'm going to put these in my mixing bowl. And again, typically, often, if this was a chimichurri, I would do this in like a blender or food processor, but doing it like this today. So it's quiet. Jalapeno goes in. I'm going to smash a couple cloves of garlic. I don't use a garlic press. I take the garlic, I put it flat on the board, I put my knife on top, I whack it, and then I just give it a mince, clean my knife, good to go.
Michael Tumbler.
Tumbler, Tumbler, I believe.
I believe that's correct. Yeah.
Is a pretty easy method to sharpen your knives, and it does work well. I haven't used it a ton or often, but I have had good success with it. And it's the thing is, a whetstone takes a little bit of skill. Like, I mean, you have to develop the technique of doing it. You go online and look it up how to do it. But the tumbler makes it pretty foolproof. I have in a pinch, there's a great knife company in New York City called Koren, Koren. No one will ever get your knife as sharp as they do. They are wizards. So if you're ever in New York City or live in New York City and you need a knife to be like sharper than when you bought it, Koren could do that for you. All right, garlic goes in, a little bit of vinegar, and some olive oil. My pork chops are done. So I'm going to put these pork chops on my plate and I'm going to let them rest. So here's another thing is, got it, Alexa?
Yeah.
Close up. With meats, when you take them off a grill or out of a pan, you want to let them rest. This is a good lesson. Thanksgiving is around. Oh my God, this has the slow pour lid, and I am not a patient person, so I'm going to go with this. Tim is laughing over there, my culinary director, because we've been friends since we've been like 6, and he knows how impatient I am. So I like the taste of this oil better, but this one is coming out much quicker. So this is the winning oil today. When you ask how I pick an olive oil, there's your answer.
Whichever pours.
Whichever pours quickest. So Thanksgiving around the corner. People want to often, and I'm going to hit these with a little bit of oil as they sit and rest because it's delightful and juicy. Now it's pouring out like quick. Like with your Thanksgiving turkey, or you're roasting a chicken, or you're cooking a pork chop, or you're making a steak, take it off a grill or out of the pan or out of the oven. You want to let it sit, like for a big turkey, about 45 minutes. For something like this, about 5 minutes. The internal temperature of the meat goes up about 5 to 10 degrees as it sits before anything starts cooling. So the surface may be a little bit cooler, but internally the temperature is still going up. So now when I cut into this, when I'm ready to eat it, the juice isn't going to spill everywhere. It's going to stay in the meat and give me a juicier cut of meat. And you do that with all meats. Let them rest. All right, let's see how we're doing here.
What pan did you grill this on? A lot of people are asking.
This is just a cast enamel grill pan. There are a lot of them out there. This is actually a discontinued one. I did a cast enamel grill pan for years ago. We don't make them anymore. I know Made In makes one that's very good. I think Nancy Silverton helped create it for them. That's a great one. There's Staub, Le Creuset. There's a lot of great brands out there that make a cast enamel one. You could also use cast iron makes them too. They'll be a little bit, they'll weigh about the same, but they'll be less expensive, a little more maintenance on them to take care of. All are great.
We got a question, but I don't know if you're going to like it. Can you marinate your turkey with ranch? I knew that was...
I can't say what I want to say out loud, but hopefully you could all read my lips out there. You could do whatever the hell you want, but please don't marinate your turkey in ranch dressing, and then you're going to send a letter to, like, that's scary. I'm going to guess I want you to look at, could you see who sent that? I guarantee, I can't even look at that. I guarantee that was sent by Devin, our manager at Mabel's in Las Vegas. I will bet my life on it. Could you go back and see it?
I'm looking.
Because he tortures me.
It's Skogard.
That's it. Devin Skogard. Devin, I didn't even have to look who asked the question. That is how predictable you are. That is how predictable you are. Unbelievable. And then Alexa pulled it out of all the questions going through, and I knew who it was. You're fired. You're not fired, buddy. You know I love you. Well done, but you're predictable. All right.
You got me. Well, I also knew that would get a good reaction, you know?
Oh my God. Okay. So we got the chimichurri base done. I'm going to put a good pinch of kosher salt in here. I'm going to put some cracked black pepper in here. Remember, we have jalapeno, cilantro, garlic, scallion, parsley, cracked black pepper. So, and it has red wine vinegar and olive oil. So it does have a little bit of acidity to kind of cut through everything. And then not in the recipe, but what I am going to do is...
Where can people get Pop?
Pop will soon be available. No, wait, Tim, I'm not.
Just hand it over.
You know what the magic thing about Pop mustard is the jars are just sealed so tight. That's how we get the Pop. This is how you use the back of your expensive knife. There we go. So Pop is going to be available very soon at Sprouts, at Meijer, at Giant Eagle, at where else? I said Sprouts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's going to start being available pretty much everywhere nationally. We're super stoked about it. Look at it here. Like you could see these beautiful, like a lot of times you buy mustard and the mustard seeds are like partially ground. Look at how.
You can go to popmustards.com.
Oh yeah. And you could go to popmustards.com. The website's almost done. There's some typos, I'm not gonna lie, but look. Whoa, gosh, look at those whole seeds. And they pop in your mouth like caviar. We used to call it Cleveland caviar. So I'm gonna put some pop in there because mustard and pork is awesome together. And it's gonna give this chimichurri some really interesting, fun texture and a nice mustard flavor. And that's kind of the beautiful thing about this mustard is it's great on a burger or a dog, but you could put it in a sauce or a salsa verde. You could make a butter sauce out of it. It's great to spread on a steak. Kind of does it all. It's awesome on avocado toast. Just saying. What else, question-wise?
Well, I'm wondering, could we talk a little bit like about the book? So are all of the recipes in the book from the show, or are there any new recipes?
Okay, so the new cookbook that we are talking about tonight is Symon's Dinners Cooking Out. This is a show that we started cooking in the beginning of day one of lockdown. And we did like 120 straight days. It got over 100 million viewers. And then we turned it into a show on Food Network. The first couple of years were actually filmed on an iPhone, then it turned into more production. We shoot it in the backyard. So we have 120 recipes in the new book. I have 130 recipes in the new book. Half of them are recipes that we did on the show. The other half are all new recipes, all focused on whatever you could do inside, you could do outside. So we do traditional grilling, we do baking, there's desserts in there. We'll show you like how to make a lasagna in your grill, all kinds of fun stuff. Fun. What else, Alexa? What else do we have question-wise?
Wow, we have a lot of people shouting out Symon's Dinners, the show. We love that. Maybe just remind everyone how they can get a signed copy of the book.
So what we're talking about tonight is signed copies of Symon's Dinners Cooking Out. We're going to sign book plates for you guys so you could get signed copies and pre-order. You can go to Instagram. On my Instagram page, if you go to comments and you type in buy, or on Facebook, if you type in buy, TalkShopLive will send you a link, or you could go to the shop page on TalkShopLive and purchase the book also. So if you're on, what am I doing? My family is from Pennsylvania originally, and I'm like my Pennsylvania accent's coming out. So you can, on the TalkShopLive page, you could go to shop and you could buy the book. If you're on Instagram, type in buy in comments, or Facebook, type in buy in comments, and they will send you a link. So these pork chops have been resting, and I'm going to take some of that chimichurri.
Oh. Who do you think would win in a turkey grill challenge between you and Bobby?
Who would win in a turkey grill challenge? I would win. I just would. He knows it. I mean, as long as he didn't like fix the judging or rig the judging or something, I got him all day. He wouldn't do that, but I still got him. I'm pretty confident in Bobby loves Thanksgiving too. We've actually celebrated a good amount of Thanksgivings together. But I do this year I'll be smoking. We're going to have about 30 something people. And I'll probably do one traditional bird roasted in the oven, and then I'll do one spatchcocked on the grill and one smoked in the smoker. So we'll have 3 different preparations, and then like a nice ham.
Great. We have a shout out from, about River Roots. We have some River Roots.
Oh, we have some
in
River
here.
Roots people there?
Yeah.
Well, wait.
Let's go. Yeah.
There. You just stay there, Alexa. I'll be right back. Chat them off, Alexa.
Okay. Well, hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Here's the pork chop, and Michael's back.
So you guys were asking about, this is our bourbon, River Roots. You can tell I like it very much because it's almost empty. This batch was called the Dawn. River Roots is very cool. It's a bourbon company that we started in Cleveland. All the bourbon comes from Kentucky. We choose barrels that we really love, that have been aged different times, aged in different, like we had a bourbon that was aged in a port barrel for 15 years, and we'll do a run of it, however many bottles come out of the barrel, and then we'll sell that run, and then we'll do another run. So This run is called the Dawn. It's 95 proof. This is a pretty mild one, you know, in the world of bourbons. I'm going to actually have a little bit with my pour. This is just the day I can't open anything. Oh, God. Lacking power.
It's clean.
This was my water glass, so a little bit of bourbon in there. I'm just going full meat because this is delicious. It needs nothing. And let's cut into one of these pork chops.
If you were to make a vegetable side with this, what would you choose?
You know, I love probably uncharacteristic. I think when most people think meat, they think potatoes, like of some kind. I love crunchy vegetables with rich meats. So with this, I would probably do like I would get like baby carrots, like some different baby carrots and radishes, and maybe even some like baby parsnips, and shave them very, very thin. Toss them with some extra virgin olive oil, crunchy salt, some fresh herbs, and like just have a crunchy vegetable, like crudo, raw vegetable salad, right on top of the pork chop, because then I would get texture and freshness with the rich chop. Call me old fashioned. All right, let's see how we did here. Oh, it's perfect. So you could see, if you look in there, it's like cooked all the way through, but it's still, see how juicy it still is?
How long did you let it rest for, would you say?
I'm going to say like 7 minutes-ish. I don't know. I was chatting away. But this is what you're looking for when you cook pork. It's like, you know, it's still insanely juicy. It's warm to slightly above warm in the center. So it carried through, the cooking carried through, like a lot of like, you know, again, some of the young cooks and the TikTokers. They flip, so they don't get a bullet. No crazy flipping, great char. Come on. You're going to believe them or you're going to believe me? Think about it. I have a pig tattooed on my chest, for Christ's sake. Incredible. So, look. We bought some really good pork. This isn't like a heritage breed or anything fancy like that. It's just really good, well-marbled pork. We seasoned it pretty aggressively with salt and pepper. Hit it with a little olive oil. We put it on our grill. We didn't touch it for about 5-6 minutes. Moved it a little bit, let it continue to char. Flipped it, let it go a little bit longer. Set it down, let it rest for 5 to 7 minutes. Hit it with our chimichurri. It's still plenty warm, how it's supposed to be. The flavor's incredible. There is no bullet. We let it rest. So, but come here real fast, Alexa, with your super close-up phone. Come with the super close-up phone. So you could see some juice still came out. See the juice, so you know it's juicy, but it didn't run out all over the place. This is as good as pork gets. And that's how you want to cook it. You don't want to hammer it 165, 170, 180, 190 degrees. You don't want to be a psycho and cook it rare. It's not needed. It's not going to hurt you, but it's not going to taste as good. Get it up to that 135. Let it rest. Let the fat melt through the whole pork. It's going to be delicious. Find a bourbon of your choice. I like River Roots for obvious reasons. Oh man, it's so good with pork. Bourbon and pork. I mean, home run all day. Also, since we're self-promoting the book, the bourbon, the pot mustard in here is really nice because it gives you that little, like the caviar pop. It gives you some really beautiful texture with the pork, which is great. I'm eating it with my hands like a heathen. Tim, do we have the score of the Cavs game?
15-10.
Anybody on watching have the score of the Cavs game?
Other than my entire family.
Let's see. Can we just remind again
Mhm.
how to get a pre-order
So-
signed copy?
We are in Talk Shop Live. I am crushing my dinner. Actually, I already ate dinner. I had 2 huge bowls of pasta. Now I'm eating more because this is really good. I can't stop eating.
Cavs are down by 2 in the 4th.
Oh, kind of losing by
But plenty
2.
of time.
No
Plenty.
go. Talk Shop Live. If you're on the Talk Shop Live site, go to shop. You could buy the signed book. Remember, we're signing book plates for everybody. If you pre-order, if you pre-order now. If you're on Instagram or Facebook, in the comments section, type in buy. Talk Shop Live will send you a link so you could buy Symon's Dinners Cooking Out pre-sale signed copy. I think that's it. Let's take 3 more questions, Alexa.
Okay, how do you keep this warm or reheat it if necessary if you're not ready to serve it immediately?
Well, I think this is one of those things where, remember, after it's cooked, you have about 7 minutes before you have to serve it. So you could time it up like that. That works fine. You could also set an oven as low as you can, like 150 degrees, and just kind of let it sit in there and chill for a little bit. If you got too far ahead of yourself, in theory, it's not going to really overcook there, and then you could just go at the end. I personally would rather eat food that is warm to very warm than hot. For me, when food is really hot, you don't get to really experience all the flavors. I don't want cold food. I want food to be, obviously have heat to it. But, letting this rest and then going with it, you should be good. What else?
We have a lot more questions about the bourbon. Can you just shout out the name?
Oh, yeah. The name of the bourbon is River Roots. You could look it up online. And if you are in a state that we're allowed to ship it to, we will ship it to you. In a lot of states, it is available in the stores. And there are always new selections coming monthly of new barrel draws that we do.
Would you like to see another?
Oh, which is this one?
This is single barrel.
Oh, this one, the single barrel, is this fancy one. So this one is a single barrel. It was aged for 13 years. It's 146 proof. Proceed with caution. But very good, very rounded. And that's the fun thing. It's like this one we have like the Dawn. This style we have available kind of all the time. Little easy drink, more easy drinking, easy price. Not quite as complex. You can see this one has been aged for a lot longer. See the difference in the color. It's been hanging out in the barrel for a lot longer. More complex, higher proof, more expensive because it pays money to have stuff sit. But you could always find, there's all kinds of different ones, and I think that's the fun of it. The book will be out in about 5 months. You can pre-order it now. Pop Mustards will hit stores within the next month, which we're very excited about. And River Roots is available. Wow, we sold a lot of stuff today. I just thought we were going to be selling cookbooks. I don't know what the heck happened.
And you can stream Symon's Dinners.
Oh, yeah, Symon's Dinners Cooking Out. You could stream on Food Network. We also just filmed season 2 of 24. That will be coming out probably in about 6 months or so. Myself and Esther Choi. I didn't sleep once again for 32 hours, so that was very exciting. And hopefully we'll be filming a season 8 of Symon's Dinners soon, fingers crossed. Food Network.
Did you have a favorite moment from last season?
Of Symon's Dinners?
Yeah.
Favorite moment of Symon's Dinners? Alexa, I can't remember that far. I can't
I
even
think the
remember what
hot
I did
sauce
yesterday.
episode was great.
Oh, hot sauce.
Those of Kyle.
There was a hot sauce. There was a hot sauce episode where we had Kyle, our son, on, and Olivia, and they had Kyle and Olivia are almost like brother sister kind of situation. They're born a day apart, and they had a little hot sauce eating contest. It didn't go great for Liv. Kyle could be lightning bolts. Liv, found out shortly after that was pregnant, so hot sauces were really. She's like, I don't feel so good. She's now had her beautiful baby. So yeah, that was the hot sauce one was a fun one. That was a fun one.
All right. One more time, shout out how everyone can get a copy of the signed
So
book.
I'll finish eating. I'm gonna get in trouble. My mom's watching. She's gonna yell at me for chewing with my mouth full. Who am I kidding? She's watching the Cavs game. I don't even have to worry about my mom watching right now. She's definitely watching the Cavs game. All right. So if you are on the TalkShop Live site, go to buy or shop, and you could buy the signed copy of Symon's Dinners Cooking Out for pre-sale. We're signing book plates for everybody. If you are on Instagram or Facebook, you can go into comments and type in buy, and TalkShop Live will send you a link for Symon's Dinners Cooking Out, the cookbook. 60 recipes that we have done on the show, 60 plus new recipes that we developed just for the book. It comes out in about 5 months. We'll have you all dialed in for spring grilling season, all kinds of fun. You guys, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you learned a little bit about cooking proteins or pork or anything of that nature, whether it is in a pan or out on the grill. Chimichurri is always a good call. It works on beef, it works on fish, it works on chicken, it works on pork. We put some of my pot mustard in it. We drink it with a little bit of River Roots bourbon. That is it. I'm going to hopefully cheer the Cavs to victory. And also Baker is playing the Chiefs tonight, so I'm going to cheer for Bake. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. Ciao.